what are your thoughts about having an investment committees versus individual partners making the investment decision? Which approach do you believe is most effective?
Well, that's interesting because I started Draper Associates many, many years ago, and I built it up, and I brought in John Fisher and Steve Jurvetson and then a whole bunch of other partners. And when it was me alone, decision-making was easy and our returns were extraordinary. When John came in, decision-making became a little harder because the two of us would fight things out. When Steve came in, it worked out pretty well because he could be a tiebreaker. And so we always had sort of the returns went back up. But then when we had lots of partners, we had 12 partners, all making, trying to convince each other to do things. That didn't work. And the returns went down. And so I spun out and started Draper Associates again. I went from Draper Associates to Draper Fisher Associates to Draper Fisher Jurvetson to DFJ. And then I went back to Draper Associates again. And with Draper Associates, I make the final call, but I did value the partner meetings, the decision-making process of having a lot of people around the table discussing things. It's just that now I make the final call and the returns are sky high. I would say in general, 1 to 3 decision makers is probably the best, and probably 1, because then you can take all the heat for making a bad decision, and you can take and then you can give credit to the whole team because they really were responsible for the good things. I think that for venture capital, the reason 12 partners doesn't work very well, at least at early stage, is that you're trying to catch the excitement of an entrepreneur. And in general, when an entrepreneur is doing something somewhat controversial, only 2 out of the 11 people are going to be for it. And if those 2 can't convince the other 9 to do it, it ends up that you lose these really great opportunities. And so I do think that venture funds with 1 decision maker are probably going to outperform venture funds with more than 4, more than 3.
Did you lose any deals because of the investment committees or partners?
Oh yeah, of course. Oh, of course. I brought some extraordinary companies into the partnership. They got turned down, and I realized that, hey, I've got to go do this myself. So I did. And when I spun out and did it myself, then I was the decision maker, and I did it with my own money for a while, and made some really good investments. And now I do it with my own money, and we have some investors.